1-2 currently, after a win just recently to Online Vision Gaming, 16-14 on this very map, and previously lost it to Dom Starkraut. It was 8-16. Again, other awesome goods waving on Inferno. But I'm going to start off with a good B-side take initially. I guess they do end up with a man advantage eventually as well. Adrenaline and Falcon forced to try and rotate in some capacity, but nice poke. It taps 1 out, so Adrenaline forced into a very tight push. Too many angles left for him. That's the result of that. The Romanian side of Phenomena come up with that first round, facing up against the WRAH team, who definitely want to start getting on the win section now of the season. A shortened ESEA season this time around means that you can't have that drought, especially in something like ESEA Open, if you want to really prove yourself. Some of the lack of experience has shone through at times for WRAH. Coming back just recently is a good start. The pistols here from WRAH in the eco, not going to work out much in their favour. Doxy does go down eventually as Falcon tried to save his life. Not quite the case. He actually successfully did so. Instead, Falcon comes up with 2 kills now on the USP. Only to see himself run off. I think he already knew that they were going to be ready for him if he tried to go for a weapon. But on 5 HP, not very likely that he gets to a position where he can pick up a new one anyway. A separate angle, or indeed get a kill. Even if he has the jump on someone here, I think it's more likely that they kill him off. Falcon coming back into the site, hearing plenty of steps here. Put a lot of T's in the area. Again, one of them secures that second round. With no major issues from Phenomena. Won't be facing a buy here either. Should be just more pistols on the side of WRAH. Which makes me feel a little bit confused about the previous buy. They would have had to eco in this one regardless. So could have definitely forced him that previous round. But I guess they kind of wanted to go for 2 half chances. Really worked last time. That deagle shot on Adrenaline is good. Purple had a chance as well with 5-7, but plenty of missed shots across the board here. From just that weapon, instead Doxy comes through. Only 1 for now, bit of damage though at least to give Maddie something of a chance. A double peek not gonna end up with much there. That was some bad 5-7 play. Across the board basically, Bro missing a ton of shots with it. Maddie there. And Doxy as well was made me think the 5-7 was there was something broken with it, and not in the sense that it was overpowered. Felt like it was shooting out plastic bullets, rubber bullets, like the more typical frame use. Falcon on and up here. No up there to counter Phenomena, building up their economy quite good if they win this round. Should have quite the lead on this map. Just a few ones into it. Falcon not getting any great angles there. Flash does come through, but nobody looking for him. Falcon repositions. Maddie instead of oh, he just rushes in. Maddie comes up with 2 there. Rural with his trade has already surely settled the round. 2-1 now instead. Does it leave something here for Smokery? As they put out another trade. Could be a lot worse here for the Romanians. Especially if Smokery just gets a free sight, which looks to be the case. 50 left on the clock. They're allowing him to do basically whatever he wants. Getting as a group here of Doxy and Falcon. Smokery should have a free bomb plat. They are heading here though. He does have a Molotov to counter any eventual push. He's taking his sweet time. 20 on the clock, they'll just stick around. By CT. So much utility to use. There goes one Molotov. Can't do too much. Just force out Smokery in some regard, I guess. He throws out Molotov now, doesn't spot the push just yet. Doxy comes out. The angle not good for Smokery at all. Just seemed to be absolutely clueless for a long time in that exchange. 1-3. The score is WRAH. Pick up their first round. Solid stuff by Maddie there, and in connector. Him pushing out like that really allowed them to open up Phenomena and picking them off one by one. Just basically trading out, I suppose, was more the winning formula. Phenomena do have the requisite amount of money to be able to buy up the 5 AKs here, but won't be able to in the next round if they lose. Falcon obviously sticking to his op here. Statistically, Doxy kind of been the top fragger for the season in many regards, but I think WRAH's been a little bit of a surprise. Maybe not in this game, only the 1 kill so far, but in general has been amongst the top in terms of the fragging, in terms of the output, especially with the ADR. Obviously, on maps like Inferno, you can put out a lot of that when you're the man with the most nades in your hands. And that's on the T side or CT. He clearly had that during the waivers game. That waivers defeat 5-16. A bit of that on Mirage as well, to be fair. One of the more favoured maps in the pool for WRAH. He comes out and connected. Rule flashing out with Vexy, caught by it. Rule can't quite finish. Getting over towards chair, and Vexy actually wanting to push up now towards connector instead as Edward gets the opening frag traded. Falcon comes up with another one and the flick around. Puts them straight back in. A much more favourable spot. I'll attack B now instead. For all the man over there. Doxy actually having rotated. Looked like, but not for too long. Double smoke that A site. Virl spotting out the players over towards apartments. He repositions down under the window. Seal it. Dice poke does spot him out with that. But then Falcon already here. Falcon stays solid. Good round from Falcon. With those 4 kills, really connected on every shot. I don't think he missed a single one. Really, really good stuff from him. Love to see that. A map like Mirage, which again they favour so heavily. Getting that vibrant AWPer on board. Getting him to really to have the freedom. Do what he wants to do. It's going to be absolutely pivotal here, and he starts off the game with just those 8 kills in the first 5 rounds. Let's see if he can add on a couple more now as Phenomena are only able to buy up the pistols. Going to go for it at best kind of a half buy here. Not, I wouldn't really call it that, more on the eco, isn't it? Even as Edward gets a bit of armor and a deco on him, the rest barely even upgraded pistols for them in terms of the investment. So a few flashbangs there, but yeah, nothing major here to be too scared of when it comes to the Phenomena side for WRAH. Should be able to shot on many angles. Oh, there's that deco, I guess, on again as well. Could be something. Edward maybe the more scary prospect to face, if slightly. They all head towards B. Again, just the flashbangs here, so Molotov or a well-placed nade could really make some damage happen. Both players here on the CT side having Molotovs ready. Rural spotting out one, has already thrown it in. Doxy as well. Almost gets caught. Back on the site though. With damage already dealt, so it's couple. It's gonna be a delayed push, and it's really disconnected with those Molotovs, putting them out from one another. As Rural eventually closes it out. Nice round from him. And Doxy obviously combining there to set up for a 4k4 roll, but they were equally involved almost. That's a good setup. Well done. Maybe it doesn't always work out like that, but it's just with the timing. when Phenomena already were a little bit off, but like a couple players were a little bit too far ahead compared to some of the others. Maybe the other way around, but it just led to, so again, either them having to run through double Molotovs or sticking around like that. And he peeks in. A little bit slowly on that angle. Could have had a flashed player in smoke break, but instead it's a 5 and 4 in the T-side's favour. Adrenaline, meanwhile, on CT. Gets the damage still, not quite the kills. Gets pushed down as well, doesn't expect it. No one there to trade. Doxy comes in way from market. That's at least set something up. A good date as well. Good stuff. It's a 3-on-3 now. Molotov landing to maybe damage up again. They're really close by here. Double in sandwich. Smokery already gone down. Again peeks out. That's 2 players found. WRAH and Falcon eventually traded out in their favour. Eventually clutched out then. To make it 4-3, a good streak being built up for WRAH. Even if Phenomena do get some cash from that, should be able to buy up once again. Some good tendencies still here for WRAH. Would love to see Adrenaline handle that a little bit better at it. Felt like it was kind of not aggressive enough. You can either take the aggressive approach or fall away. He kind of did neither. He has an all place. His hands. Ran out of bullets there, obviously, after going for kind of the peak. It's Falcon. Wow. Makes it really tough now for that T side. Pro could finish it right here. Position this time, but he fails to really accomplish much. Falcon pressured down instead. As Adrenaline is flanked on. Maddie comes up as well, but they're just dropping their collective heads. That's a really, really poor round. Because when you have that 5-on-3, you should at least be able to make it. I mean, making it competitive wouldn't have been really enough. Here it is. Got blown out of the water. Despite having, again, a 2-man advantage, that is not okay. Maddie comes out with an op at least. They just weren't attentive enough, and then all the duels looked really odd from their point of view. WRAH should have definitely won his on B. The rotations as well, all kind of not really functioning together. You had that flank come through jungle. Yeah, way too much done. As Adrenaline is coming over. Only the 1 kill for him so far, as I'm going to have tied it back up for all, with WRAH on at least enough money here to get something of a buy through. It's better than I thought, actually. Just the one from Oz is a weakness, I guess, if you discount the lacking utility. Push into mid. Falcon there with an off again! And Falcon solid as always. Even as Adrenaline gets traded, they establish themselves quite well now on mid. Might try not to get caught, peeks out a little bit wildly. Gets out of it alive. Doxy doesn't. That's over on the B site. Now Phenomena can really use that to their favour. No rotations just yet. And a free B bomb site. WRAH hears those steps going back down into underground. Maddie will have to clear out market here with nice poke in towards it. Maddie takes him out. Good kill. 3-on-3 after all. Oh, and Maddie back again! As WRAH at least spots another one out. Maddie left all alone, but he's already got 3 kills. It's Smokery to peek him down though, and that aggressive move in the 1-on-1 wins him it. Make it 5-4. Getting caught that time again. A few times over, really. Despite getting the man advantage in a lot of these rounds. It's rare you see WRAH hold on to it in any great capacity. To be honest. Like what I'm seeing here over towards mid though, and that's especially from Falcon. Oh, he does connect on a shot. Missed that one. He's in mid. So he went down. Rural in his usual position up here, not to be expected. Oh, Rural! With the USP! Comes up with 2 kills, fakes his way down. Only to not really come up with much more there, but he's done plenty. All ready to really impact now Phenomena's move forward. Maddie trying to hold him off. Falcon will come in from behind. Adrenaline with an AK. It's also on the way over. Falcon could come up huge here with the flank. Being looked at though, Smokery spotting him out. He walks in, gets the kill on Vexy. AK in hand. Simply impossible now for Smokery to make anything work on this site. Can't even get out of it. A beautiful round in the end. But a strange one for sure. What a couple kills that was from Rural over short. After taking one duel with the USP where, yeah, a pretty expected kills I suppose when they weren't ready for him. I think the second kill there was an honest duel against the rifle that he's just won with a couple USP taps to the head. That put WRAH in the enviable position that they came out with a win from. A miraculous round in plenty of ways to win that full-on eco. I mean, barely any investment into it. Yeah, it goes really, really well. Falcon's up to 14 frags, by the way. Should note that. There's 10 rounds into this one. Feels like every round he has an AWP, he's come up with at least a kill or so. Often a couple. On a 5 ADR, of course, really good for an AWPer, where you're going to struggle to get all of the damage ADR to clear. Stat that doesn't really favour AWPing style. Oh, huge steps coming up. Maddie to clear it out. Good communication there. So there, but Maddie still solves it. He's really come up in these last couple rounds. As a trade comes out in middle, it's Rural to look over it. Missing an opportunity to strike from an unknown position. As well. Again holds him down. Has he mollied himself here? Not quite. Gets out of trouble. Hearing that scope as well. So at least have the information for the teammates who are playing a really passive game right now. Adrenaline way back in CT for a jungle push. And Maddie over in CT as well, so Phenomena will be allowed into a site. It's just a question of what they can do from there. As they both hold towards short for now, Smokery, and again seem to be attacking this A site first and foremost. Smoke comes out to at least alert. Player's not over here. Maddie, good kill. Smokery to try and get the bomb down at least, but Maddie can just stay put. Does not need to over-aggress his role, instead came in from short as well. Good couple rounds here for Maddie, honestly. I think he had most of his kills in the last 3 or so. With that brilliant deagle shot to open up the round previous to the last one. Those 2 solid ones this round, and obviously that 3K beforehand. Like what I'm seeing there. We're extending. And Edward capitalizing on it. Adrenaline up next, missing. That old shot Falcon instead comes up with one, but only good for a trade. With rotations nowhere near. We're still towards that base site with the bomb set to go down. So Adrenaline might have to save here. That's with the rest of them. The 4-on-3 where they just don't have any good positioning. Don't have any information. And still wanted to peek. He got a flash in the face. Second time around, it's peek straight into a couple riflers. Not gonna come up with much there as Edward grabs his first kill of the round. And they get domed out of it. Bad stuff from WRAH that time. They have a couple rounds there. They've already had a couple rounds on the ZT side where you just feel a lot of things go wrong for them. There's kind of that breakdown of communication, whether it's the rotational element, which we've seen sometimes, where the rotations get absolutely caught up in someone else. Or like that time where... yeah, just overextending kind of. Good on Falcon. Already opened it up here. He's actually alone towards that A site. It's a strange force in some senses, but it's definitely worked out. Rural. Helping hand in that. Spots out, or rather here's that opera in middle as well to mean that maybe they won't have to peek it too much, or won't want to peek into middle that much. Foxy stays put in CT for now, looking into jungle. Where again stands. I think he's the one to make a play here. Let's Phenomena look to attack the A site again. Just going to hold off the rotations for now as Droll's coming around on CT. They've managed to still get some decent positions here then, with a rifle and an op. On different angles. Again, the linchpin walks up the shadow, spotted. Rural can't kill him. Falcon misses his shot as well. And the round all of a sudden flips. As they go for a 5-on-3 into a 3-on-3 post plant in a matter of seconds. Actually, all the positioning gone. And now Doxy left on the floor. Maddie waiting to peek in. Well timed. Any good for the damage. That's got some information now at least. So Adrenaline could use this to his favour. Vexy not at this angle. Yeah. Good kill then. That's out of an AK. So, Phenomena still battling back. They've been just a great focused team. Plenty of determination involved as Phenomena keep in this one and actually take back that lead. Now to 7-6 in their favour. Adrenaline with that AK will stand over alone on the beast like the rest stacking a bait. There's plenty of players to look for. Not just yet. Oh, they have. A bad spray turns into a quick death. Maybe an unsurprising one. Actually uncareful. Could give up another AK here. Keeps in, body. Left all alone. And they hunt him down quite quickly. I've seen a few bad rounds there from Adrenaline. Still has some sparks occasionally, which makes you believe that it will eventually turn it around. But just raw working on the 5-on-4s or even 5-on-3s sometimes is the most crucial part. They're getting these openings. They're doing quite well in it, I think, the entry battles. But just not really using that to any other advantage. That's somewhat worrying. Definitely an area of improvement. Flashes come through. Phenomena with no one really to look at. Let's Raw again play it pretty passively. Edward trying to create something from connector. No one there right now as Adrenaline gets caught up in that smoke. Edward goes down. A nice kill again from Falcon. As his teammates on A stand over more so towards Palace. Another kill comes out. In fact, Maddie, the one to bring it. A rotation that causes then over towards the B site. Another kill again. Raw stacking him up at this point to surely lead to a 7th round. And he balanced first half. The closest you can get to a fully balanced scoreline comes out. Or should be coming out. Even if there is some time left on the clock here for the 2-on-4. Phenomena needing at least that next kill. Smokey gets caught. So Vexy in an unfavourable position. There's 2 players to face, even on the site, has already been hurt. Has been killed. 7-8. We'll be back with you for half number 2 in just a moment. See you in the final one. It's Phenomena now on the CT side. It's WRAH switching over naturally then to the attacking end, who start out with a bit of a fake towards the B site and mid. Falcon gets caught in it. Pro also tagged up. He gets a kill. They now come out on the A site. Generally, at least with a kill there. And a bomb plant. As WRAH is starting to rotate over. When that works, that sort of chaotic style, that controlled chaos, as Rose talked to us about a little bit in previous interviews, it looks really good this time. More so disconnected, still ending up in the 3-on-3 though. They get shot from all ends. It's Adrenaline with a trade and another one. Adrenaline to leave only Smokery here, trying to dance between the boxes, leading to a rural step up, but he can't manage to kill him off before Smokery spots him. Smokery to just tap that bomb then. Rural wanting to peek, low health. Smokey just needs to tap on him. Rural stays put. Rural goes down, but it's just no time left. A well played one-on-one instead. Turns in WRAH's favour. Again, what wasn't a perfect round, I'd say. It felt like the timings were a little bit off there on the T side. To manage to still come up with a win from that, I think is really, really impressive. Tons based on Adrenaline as well. Getting those 2 kills, pivotal, I'd say. And well, he didn't have the perfect first half. So maybe getting him going is just the right step here for WRAH to. They've already equalized to maybe nab a quick lead in this second half, and hold on to it. That's really what they failed to do in the first half for Phenomena. Kept falling back a step or so, but always seemed to come back, and eventually they took that lead towards the end of the first half. Ending up by 8-7. Previous Mirage encounter for these teams. Phenomena winning just recently against Born to Shine, 16-11 on this map. To get their first map win of the season. 1 and 2 currently. WRAH also 1 and 2 after a Mirage lost at the start of the season. So Dom Starcrow, quite a big one actually. And then just recently as well, winning against Online Vision Gaming. That was a tighter affair. All 30 rounds. Rural combines then with Doxy to go for something towards connector. Only the upgraded players here. Challenge. Again, already going down. Adrenaline. Peak sets up 2 kills before you also goes down. Not so many issues found, but then do actually come up with a couple kills to lead to a more difficult turnout than what WRAH were really hoping for. Doxy Bull still and that's what we'll say from him. But again, not without its cracks, that end to the round, or just that round in general, maybe. But up against that, felt like they let it loose a little bit too early almost. Good name, Doxy. Could have backed off because of that, but it stays put for now with another flashbang coming through. Vexy from the other end, meanwhile, it's already tagged up 1 and gets the free K in the end. Nice poke, could settle it all, but I think WRAH are just scared to do anything now. The last 2 players, they back away from B. Would have had to face 4 players even over there. So I think Phenomena realized what the short move meant once some utility was dropping over. Not the case now, of course. Push up for a minute. Adrenaline handles it quite well. Smokery to peek instead. It's a good peek to at least get some information there and the damage, of course. Forcing out a bit of utility from Falcon as Vexy will peek in again. Maybe to secure the ace. Adrenaline peeks. Vexy there for it. He won't take another gander. Until just then, Peeks out. Well done from him. Now to secure the ace against the tagged up Adrenaline. Spots him out. Gets him down. It's an ace there from Vexy. Clean one. Through and through. Over towards short. All credit to him. 9-0 instead as Phenomena continue that. I think they out on the T side where they just stick with WRAH. Always seem to be right behind them at worst. Smoker trying to handle that A side approaches again though, with most of the kills there. Edward also coming in. It's 10-9. Simple stuff for the CTs to handle, it turned out. There's not a lot of distractions there caused by WRAH. The Palace push, not perfect. When the CTs just play from mid-range angles or even long-range angles. So difficult to establish yourself at all, and that was a bit of a force buy round as well. Definitely disappointing to end up with that little. So now on the blocks instead. Edward already open up, going aggressive here. Very aggressive. Against again, just glocks. Gets the help of Smokery to settle this one out. With Adrenaline. Sure they just got peek. Oh, nice kill. The Glock. Not the favourite gun. Adrenaline been the best player so far on a weak T half. These 5 rounds in. Already more kills here than in that first half for him. They do get the AKs now, maybe to lighten up this T side. To get something going. Edward back on the op then. Go back into connector. Smoke through, misses the jump. Still peeks in. Rural could catch him, doesn't quite. Edward got the reposition, goes back in, a madman we're dealing with. Edward somehow comes out with one and alive. No damage dealt to him as Vexy picks up a trade. It's a reposition. Edward flying across the map. Getting everything he wants from it. Adrenaline at least with a trade. Actually mad. Nice poke, the only player here on bait. Unless Edward can get there in light speed. We'll see if they actually pick this kind of off angle. Adrenaline first man doesn't check it at all. Maddie instead does at least trade out, but with significant damage dealt to him. As Adrenaline, of course, jumps over. Going for the shorts, going quickly and efficiently. What around that is from Edward. Somehow taking 0 points of damage. And getting now to 12-9. This Phenomena start to build up something of a streak here. Brought back in with some cash due to the bomb plant, but if they're going to be facing the speed demon every round, then I'm not sure how many rounds they'll actually end up lasting. This one turning out to be maybe pivotal if they actually go for a buy here. It's more of a half buy for most of the players. Interesting setup. Spreading out the either it's a misbuy or it's just like spreading out the risk. So that next round they'll get a slightly better buy, but still have to obviously get something done for Adrenaline. But then also having a chance here. So Edward obviously already get the entry. Who else? And yeah, repositioning of course as well. This guy really cons us though. We should put a timer on it where he moves the same, because even there when he held an angle, you could see he's like moving the mouse somewhat. And again repositioning. This is just, I've never seen someone so bouncy. It gets results. You can't argue that he's actually putting in monster numbers. Here on the CT side especially, topping his team by plenty. Has that, as often is the case with players that just frag a lot in ESEA Open, it's that they have the intermediate main plus experience and are just this slightly just a level above. You can see the playground nature of how he's playing also. Very freeway. Just again jumping around. Edward, who's played again some ESEA main seasons, has played for a long time actually in ESEA when you count it all together. And some previously somewhat failed project. 25 kills tonight. And should add a couple more before this game's over, as WRAH do get to a buy round here. Adrenaline actually did get some cash back involved, so AK out for him. As with the rest of them. Stocking up towards that A site. There's Falcon on B actually. Maybe fake over here with the nade, or with the AWP rather, as he gets naded. Would have to make some type of noise surely. Doesn't, yeah. Even an AWP shot would surely lure someone over, someone like Edward. Who again can't sit still. Surely just hold an angle and then wait for him to run into something. I don't know. 1 minute on the clock. WRAH. Do fire away the smoke here on the A site. 3 players per time. Edward. Back again. If again. Helping out as well. Edward only picked up a trade with them in the end. Not much else production-wise. So 2 on 2. Rural. Up on him. Misses on the angle. So does Maddie. 14-9 instead. As WRAH gets swindled up. Bundled in for yet another time. A bit of a streak building up for Phenomena. Who look like they're definitely going to be winning this one. It's highly likely. Even. They all rush big. Smoke's already landing. Or starting to land. Molotovs from the CTs, both failing though. They can just run in as WRAH already picks up a kill on the back end. They run into the site with minimal damage dealt. Vexy's still on it as the bomb goes down. They don't clear him out. He walks in, gets 2 free kills. And it's already man advantage CT. Side, Falcon cannot counteract that. WRAH can't either, so match point for Phenomena. As WRAH, despite having an opportunity there, eventually end up with just a sloppy end to it. And Phenomena look geared on to win this one. As WRAH do take a timeout trying to come back. 6 rounds to win in a row to draw this to overtime. Plenty of AKs out. They at least have the cash here to buy up the AKs. And any utility they desired. With 6 rounds left, that you have to win. It feels like Phenomena played too disruptive of a CT side for you to be able to hold that streak for so long. Again, they've been so good at just winning back rounds, even when they start to drop a couple. They never drop their heads. Edward. The longest I've seen him stay still on an angle. Missing on the first shot, still has that gap in the smoke. Doxy spots it. As the smoke fades, making Edward miss there on the jiggle peak. He's mollied out. Failed smoke as well. Big bounce. This roll does go down. Bomb over towards the B site. Maddie first in line. Gets a good kill. That's Vexy gone. They spot out the next player as well, but quickly traded. Maddie, so Falcon all alone on it. As Edward has already come through on the rotation, there's Smokery left to come as well. As Knife Poke just goes for it. with a good trade found. Edward into the site. Now to settle it. To win this game for him. The movable monster not going to end up with much there. Instead, Doxy comes back. And they get it to a 2-on-1. Winning it in the end. To keep themselves alive. I thought that was over and done with. I thought they would have lost it just then, but find something within them in a good 2-on-3, I believe that is, or maybe even 2-on-4. After a nice poke, got that first kill. I mean, it is 15-10. Good back in mid. Now to face Falcon. Haven't seen a lot of these op-and-op duels through the game so far. Falcon avoiding it for now. Nope, he'll take a peek. Edward. Already gone away. Eventually goes down after a good leg shot. Brutal. Just didn't end up being too good. Falcon avoids the nade. Gets pushed down. Smokery on a tricky angle. Comes up with yet another kill here. Yet another opening for Phenomena. No trade coming out initially. Rural. Yeah. No good on it. They rotate over towards A. Smokery, I think on the way. Over towards the sites, and Rexy over here as well with, again, just anchoring, so a tough site to take. I think they just they did that just because they had Nice Poke in such a good position over on B. Being pushed up in towards apartments, and obviously having the information there. Didn't even need anyone in there. Smokes come out. One attempt here. Potentially the final round, but they get the opening on Smokery. Two more. As Vexy peeks out. A good peek that is. And together with again. They eventually settle it. The game over and done with as of that. They get to double digits, but they don't get much farther in the attempt to get back. Eventually they do lose out. Some sloppy rounds there, costing them in the end as Phenomena built up a streak towards the end of that CT side. Well done to them. And the movable monster that ended up being Edward, by the way, that was crazy what he did on the CT side with the AWP. WRAH just not coming up with it. In the end, they go now to a 1-3 record in ESEA. Fortunately for them. We'll find out if they can maybe come back more than that. Later on in the season, we're going to be looking at a couple games here towards the start of next week. You'll have to keep an eye on the Twitter. That's at WRAH Esports. You can follow us here on Twitch as well for when we do go live. Until then, take care. Bye for now.